But is it the case that you are not happy about the manner in which the Vice President went about the invitation for a debate? He makes the invitation and then asks that you are running away from a debate. Is that the problem?
Well, Samson, one of your maybe former regular panel member on this platform, Kweku Bako, has spoken to Dr. Baumia's comical invitation for a debate. And he clearly stated, and I agree with him on that, that the best way to kill a debate of a serious one is to go and stand on some platform somewhere and say you are going to debate. We don't do that. At least you have cited the American debate that happened. I don't think that President Biden went to some platform somewhere and say, I am going to debate Donald Trump. No. They use the structures and system to reach out.
He called for it before the organization.
And got a point of agreement. Then it was announced and they went on and had it. I will discuss what happened there. But it is also on record that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is so far in the Fourth Republic the only sitting president to have engaged in a debate. In 2012, when the debate happened, he took part in a debate. So he is not someone who will run away from a debate. So everybody knows about that.
We're talking about different personality. Nana Akufo-Addo boycotted in 2016. I think 2016, I actually moderated the IEA debates. He boycotted it, but it's not Nana who is on the ballots.
I'm telling you about the John Dramani Mahama that I know when it comes to debate. But the same Dr. Baumia, I don't know why you have not played his voice in 2016. When they were out there doing the Malata market economics and inflation calculation and putting all the things that are not in the inflationary basket into the basket to do their calculation. And a call was made for a debate, like you rightly said. He led the fight against a debate that John Dramani Mahama should go and debate the suffering market women. He should go and debate the suffering students. He should go and debate the suffering teachers. So for someone who led this attack against the request for a debate, for today be looking for a debate to clean up his image. And like our national chairman said, there are two persons that you must avoid debating. And that is, in making this, I will introduce the American debate that happened recently. One who he described as a fool. Two, he says someone who lies, who doesn't work with facts. And I will add one who lies and has no conscience. Avoid debating them. He also said he doesn't think that our vice president is a fool. But for his second category, he cannot deny anything or say anything about that. You talked about the Biden's debate. That debate, as you watched it, when it came to policy, when it came to agenda to move America forward, Biden delivered excellently.
On the substance,
on the
facts,
excellent.
Biden was there.
Excellent.
Trump was fact-checked.
And he broke the fact-check.
He told a lot of lies.
He told a lot of lies.
Yes. But that's not what we are talking about.
No. I'm making my point.
It's a bit novel that an opposition leader will not be in a hurry to embrace a debate.
Well, that is so. If you had allowed me to continue, in a country where they have effective, efficient, fact-checking system in place. And like you said, Trump broke the fact-checking machine because he told a lot of lies. In some instances, he avoided the questions completely.
And yet he
They
won.
repeated the questions, still he avoided it. But yet he was declared as the one who won the debate. And many Biden supporters were angry because Biden was focusing on answering the questions instead of responding to the lies being told by Trump.
Facts. Biden has not been pronounced as having lost the debate
Well,
on the basis of fact. He has been pronounced as having the debate, having exposed his frailties, that he's not ready, physically fit to be president.
If you were to analyze, and his campaign has come out to explain that, I think a day or two before, he had gone under the weather. But they didn't
Actually
want
had COVID.
Yeah, they didn't want to use that as a basis for what? Because if they did that, it would be more damning. So he has to present himself for the debate and had challenges in even voice. Voice audibility was poor.
But we
and
know,
so on
like
and
the
so forth.
propaganda we are familiar with in Ghana, the man is not well. He can't remember a lot of things. Trump becomes his vice president. He says Vice President Trump. And
introduce Putin as a president.
yes, you know, all of that. And yet they kept denying until the debate exposed him that he wasn't ready.
So probably the debate achieved something.
Yeah.
All that I'm trying to say is that in debating a person, beyond, as for physical strength of these candidates, we all know that the John Mahama is physically strong, he is sound, savvy, and everything. He met you, the media people, recently. You threw all the questions that you can at him, and he answered all of them, at least to the general satisfaction of the media persons present and all that. So, John Dramani Mahama is not one person to shy away from debate. But you don't debate someone who will be presenting, who, like, he stood on the platform and said, John Mahama cannot explain his 24-hour economy. When you went to Movenpick and met John Dramani Mahama, did he explain his 24-hour economy?
Of course he did.
Not? He did. But you have Dr. Baumia on the platform saying that he cannot explain. And his people are now explaining, and they are saying they will export lions and elephants. So if you have this type of person, how do you engage in a debate? Of course, the figures and the facts are already out there debating Dr. Baumia. Like I put it, yam. Somebody took a yam to a studio the last time. That a yam that was selling for 5 cedi under John Mahama is selling for what? 40 cedi today. That is what Dr. Baumia should go and debate. The rice, 5 kg rice that was selling for 25 cedi is selling for what? 165 cedi today. That is what Dr. Baumia should go and debate. The dollar that he said at 3.9 cedi, it is Midonyami exchange rate. And that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Today, you need almost 16 cedi to get a dollar. That is what Dr. Baumia should go and be debating. Not be looking for, and he goes about promising, he said he will give phones and you pay 1 cedi, 2 cedi. That's the policy.
But you need the two frontliners, so to speak, at a debate so you can test their policy propositions and all. That's what is done in a growing democracy. We need to have that.
What do you want to test again from these two that you haven't seen? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has spoken to size of government.
Yes.
And he is committed to it. He is spoken to the Women's Bank project, and he is committed to it because he knows women need empowerment to be able to improve the lot of every other person. He is spoken to the big push agenda, and he is committed to it and has proven it in the past. He is spoken to what? The 24-hour economy, and he continued to explain it anytime he had the opportunity that it is going to be a deliberate policy.
Right. We've heard of that.
You have all this.
The question that is being asked is that we've heard of. The question that is being asked is that you say if Baumia appeared before the media, he'll be embarrassed. Why don't you take that opportunity yourself? Let him face him and tell him the cost of tuber of yam. Let him face him and tell him what he said about 4 cedi to $1, which is now 15 plus to $1. Let him meet him and do that with him.
Why won't the media excellently do this, just like the way they did to John
Why can't
Dramani
he
Mahama?
also do it?
Like they
and collapse Dr. Bawumia's campaign.
So we are
you don't like that opportunity?
No, we are asking that we want a situation where multiple persons will ask questions than just one person asking questions. And in some instances, you may not even get a follow-up. In some instances, the person will avoid the question. So I think that, look, the debate have already happened out there. The economic situation is debating Dr. Bawumia, and that is why he goes about making
So we
promises.
shouldn't wait to hear from John Mahama himself. He won't do a debate.
Well, I'm telling you my view.
He won't do a debate.
I will wish that he doesn't bring himself low to debate. I don't know his position. He is the flag bearer. He is the leader of the party. When what he says is what we work with. In 2012,
many Ghanaians are saying they want the debate. Will he listen to that?
In 2012,
he's looking for votes. Many Ghanaians say they want a debate with Bawumia. Will he do it?
Would you listen to me finally? In 2012, Professor Mills was our candidate. The campaign had taken a position that he was not going to partake in a debate. Unfortunately, he passed on. John Mahama became our candidate and leader. Even though that decision had been taken earlier, the campaign he headed and led as a flag bearer reviewed and took a different decision. And I am saying today, my position is that there is no need he debating. But if he decides,
Stephen
as a leader and as a flag bearer to partake in a debate, we will go ahead with
Dr. Stephen Amwa, let's start from this point.